So my inspirations for this album were really just like the experiences that I wasn't having during the making of it. So it's like going out, dancing, having sex, meeting new people, meeting old friends, just connection. And I would just find inspiration from my memories, from other music, from books, from everywhere, films, TV, but it was mostly about, just experiencing the things that I was missing. So I was very inspired by mermaids. I am a mermaid on the cover of Nightcall, and their place in mythology is really interesting to me, and I really related to the mermaid just out at sea, you know, doomed to just sing her lovely song alone and lure all these sailors to their deaths. And I just thought, wow, like that's kind of inspiring to me. And I imagined a lot of the songs in Nightcall being like the mermaid's revenge. Like she's sick of just having to be alone on her rock all the time, and she just wants to, like, you know, live her life. I find, you know, mythology and fairy tales, fantasy, like, I just love it. I think it's a great way of storytelling, and I've tried to kind of thread that through all of the visuals this time round. So the music videos for Starstruck, Crave and Sweet Talker all have fantasy elements, and I just love that stuff. I think it's fun, and you know, like I'm trying to queer the fairy tales, you know, like even though they're pretty queer anyway. So my sonic inspiration for this record really came from a lot of 80s music. I was listening to a lot of 80s music after I filmed It's a Sin, which was set in the 80s, and there are just so many brilliant artists from that time that I've always loved, from Pet Shop Boys to, you know, Joy Division, Erasure, Kate Bush, Prince, Stevie Wonder. I love Sylvester, and particularly Sylvester and Prince. The way they put so much personality into their vocal and energy into their vocal, and lots of those artists did, and so I really wanted to bring my version of that and make something that was like super upbeat and felt like it referenced disco and house, and a little bit, you know, like when I was in my early 20s, that was my clubbing kind of days, and it was just as, like, in the UK, Disclosure were massive. There was a really big kind of sort of new house scene, and I just loved that music, and so I spent a lot of time listening to it whilst I was making this album, but I wanted to kind of bring some of that stuff in as well. So it's just a lot of different styles of dance music that I've loved over the years, and pop, of course, and you just like blend it all together. But I worked with Mark Ralph, who's a producer on the whole album, so he is like a genius and just knows his dance music, and so we would just like get together and go through, like, yes, like that, don't like that, like that, like that, no, not that, not that. So yeah, that's how it kind of came together. Nightcall is the album title, and it's also a track on the album, and I love this title because I felt like it sort of summed up what a lot of the album is about, which is hookups, intimacy, things that tend to take place at night. And I liked how it was a bit of a double meaning. You know, it could mean like a hookup, or it could mean literally a phone call, or it could mean, I don't know, a visitor of some other description. But it felt like it had a little mystery to it, Nightcall. So yeah, it just felt like that's what the title had to be.